Calling all hooligans. I'm talking about cypher buns, the road jumpers, hair raisers, bunners, playboys, mutants, and the punk bunnies. Let's get it. Flash, Lego.
Mount up, think straight, get home, be safe. My team, we don't play them L-Rays or we ain't. You already know we some hooligans. What am I to be but a hooligan? Catch me in the street with them hooligans. Say you down for the couch, gotta prove it. Mount up, think straight, get home, be safe. My team, we don't play them L-Rays or we ain't. You already know we some hooligans. What am I to be but a hooligan? Catch me in the street with them hooligans. Say you down for the couch, gotta prove it.
You already know I'm with them hooligans. Running through the city with my chest out. When I have nots want a little bit, they harass us, the rest us. Tired of being left out. How they been through it all, never gave up. I'ma do it all alone, who gon' save us? Trying to get it to the point they respect us, no more enslaved, but we coming for the extras. Me and my squad tired of the losing. Formulating plans, I've been out here recruiting. See them all talking, ain't nobody moving. Everybody wanna live, ain't nobody shooting. Broke jumpers, hair raisers, punk bunnies, they dangerous. When I die, how go? I'm martyr, we're famous. I already know what the aim is. Comfortable, carefree with the angels. We didn't take their best shot, we know what pain is. Michelangelo couldn't even paint this. My pain, this I've gave my heart. Are you not entertained when we've came this far?
Mount up, think straight, get home, be safe. My team, we don't play them L-Rays or we ain't. You already know we some hooligans. What am I to be but a hooligan? Catch me in the street with them hooligans. Say you down for the couch, gotta prove it. Mount up, think straight, get home, be safe. My team, we don't play them L-Rays or we ain't. You already know we some hooligans. What am I to be but a hooligan? Catch me in the street with them hooligans. Say you down for the couch, gotta prove it. Say you down for the couch, gotta prove it. Or stay out the way for the movement. Carry King squad up, no capping. We out here, what's happening? Got factions, by the masses. When I test RG, we AK deep in the street with a fleet. Made the cityscape drop to his knee, but believe it's what you call anarchy. On the rise, strategize every move when we ride. Don't care what fact you from or how much dirt you done. We on the takeover, so pick a side. Ain't no more lines across, we knock boundaries over. We war ready, we out, so we need all the smoke. Same master bunners. Got the cyber bunches with the game. Suck up boss, we dismantle and sell a parts on the low. Playboy hustle ain't nothing, it's just a give and a go. Silly fluff for shit up for kids, I thought y'all people should know. Hooligan, we here different, let the mutants explode. Yeah. Mount up, think straight, get home, be safe. My team, we don't play them L-Rays or we ain't. You already know we some hooligans. What am I to be but a hooligan? Catch me in the street with them hooligans. Say you down for the couch, gotta prove it. Mount up, think straight, get home, be safe. My team, we don't play them L-Rays or we ain't. You already know we some hooligans. What am I to be but a hooligan? Catch me in the street with them hooligans. Say you down for the couch, gotta prove it.
Holy moly. Good to see how far we've come. And that wasn't the exclusive footage, everybody, but just some throwback behind the scenes footage from around a year ago. And it's incredible to see how far we've come in just a year. Been transparent since day one, still are today, a year later, still sticking to our ethos of building with our community and always will. So a huge shout out to our community being with us all the way. We will continue to make you all proud. Well, first things first, let's smash the like button. Let's share this out. Let's show some love. Let's let everybody in the community know we're in here right now and we're ready to roll. This will be the final live stream and AMA of the year. Who's excited? I know we've got a panel full of excited people there. I know the community's excited. I know I'm excited. It's been a great year. You know, we've really kind of set out some strong foundations. Next year is going to be absolutely huge and start to take the My Pet Hooligan as a brand to the next level. Start to proliferate outside of the Web3 space too. You know, we're building products for the masses. We're more than an NFT and always have been. We're a brand with global appeal. We're a game. We're a tech suite. And we're an entertainment powerhouse. And all that's going to come into fruition in the coming year. And everything we've been doing is building towards this moment. So a lot we've been doing to take things to the next level and a lot to talk about today. But the one thing we want to do as a collective is actually also take a moment to reflect on what we've delivered this year and then go into what's coming up next year. So today we're going to cover 2022 in review. What's the focus for 2023? Some shout outs, new game updates. We've got some new merch, and we've got a cool little video and a new character to introduce you to that will be coming at the end. It's been a lot of hard work, right, team? How you all feeling today?
Amazing. I mean, it's been such a busy year, but it's like I think we all feel more energized than ever right now.
I'm good.
Best year of your life, or what, Colin?
Yeah, I feel like everything's just getting started. I mean, I've been in this industry for about 30 years, and from the early Pixar days, but it really feels like things are just starting to pick up steam. So I'm having a blast. I'm with the best team ever. I couldn't have asked for a better team. Carl right here, he was employee number 1. And although we treated him like number 2.
Yeah.
But
nothing but number 2 for me.
Yeah. No, but we couldn't have, I mean, every single person here is a key player. Every single person here is MVP, so I don't know where to begin.
Yeah.
All right. So we swapped out Obi-Wan Kenobi for Zaddy Carl today. Great stuff. I don't know. Have you been on one of our live streams before, Carl? You have, right?
One.
Good stuff.
He snuck in a couple of
hopefully you'll
Come on, Skyhawk. We can't be forgetting Carl.
Right?
Yeah,
He's even a character in the game.
I was going to say it's easy to confuse the two, the virtual Carl and then this Carl, but no,
If he doesn't have the virtual headset on, it's a little hard to recognize him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people are already saying it's the best AM8 to date just because Carl's sitting there. So there you go, Carl.
Absolutely,
you are the greatest of all time, and everybody wants to see more of you. So how are you feeling, Carl? How are you feeling, Dumbledore? And how are you feeling, Luke? Talk to us.
Feeling great. Yeah, I mean, we're excited. This has been a huge year, and it's fun to wrap things up and kind of look forward to what's coming in 2023. So I'm feeling great.
It's a total trip for me. I mean, we started off this year with like just this tiny little demo, the character running around and we're in a whole different place now. I mean, we have this whole framework built where there's so much stuff going on. I mean, a lot of it's under the hood, like a lot of the really, really cool stuff you guys are going to see next year, because like so much of what we've been doing is getting ready to get that stuff in. But it's been an incredible ride.
I can't wait to fast forward to the end of 2023 and see how far we've come again, because I know we're going to make some huge moves this year.
It's going to be big.
That's what we've been building up towards.
Yeah.
But let's kick straight off here. Let's kick straight off. Let's go into the 2022 year in focus, please.
Sure. Here we go.
Let's kind of go through some of the stuff that we've delivered as a team and as a community.
Yeah, so obviously we freed 8,888 of these hooligans. They all broke out, and then we also I'll just go down the list here. We developed the first of its kind NFT piloting tech with Hooligan and AMGI. So this is hands down the highest quality face-driven NFT out there. I mean, I would even say it's the highest quality animated character out there. It's beyond what Apple is doing with their emojis. And, it's beyond what anyone is doing, using the Unreal technology. So we're really, really proud of what we've built. And now we got to get the word out. Now this year is going to be about putting the AMGI technology into the game and into really any platform we can, and linking all these things together under the umbrella of Interloop. Yeah. We got you guys the FBX files of the hooligans. It's one of our favorite things in the world to see you guys take these hooligans, bring them into Unreal, and use your own motions, do your own dances. Make your own props, make your own environments, make your own little 30-second little sketches with these characters. So we're really, really inspired by you guys to seeing what you guys are doing with these characters that we've given you. Let's see, we have released the alpha, and actually even an update of the alpha too. We have 1.0 and 1.1, and we've been, relying on your feedback.
So something that was crazy about this, when we first started this out, like that clip that we showed at the beginning of this, that was really, really early days on this. During the creation of the game, there was a lot of discussion, with us here saying, this is going the right direction, but we got to rework it. This is almost right, but we got to rework it. We rebuilt the rabbit hole, Carl, correct me if I'm wrong, it was like 4 times before we actually got the release, the version that people are playing now.
Yeah, we did a lot of R&D on building the main map and kind of getting a feel for what the world looks like or feels like. And so now that we have the new framework going into that, it's going to start feeling really cool.
But remember early days, there was like, we first started with like this big open park, and then we started building out all these crazy things, which are, I don't want to spill the beans. There's still some cool stuff coming, but then we had to say, okay, no, let's maybe take it back in. Let's try this. Let's try that, and start to reapproach from different angles. And to see where it is now and to know what's coming up, in this next year, it's remarkable what this team has been able to accomplish in this year. I'm not the tech guy. I'm the one who helps kind of support you all, but it's incredibly humbling what you guys have all been able to accomplish.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. We we busted these Zuck bots out of the Zuck Corp, and so that was a real thrill and kind of unexpected at the beginning of last year. We didn't expect that we were going to necessarily have a Zuck bot drop, and I suspect this year is probably going to have the same kind of thing. Whatever our plan is, it's probably going to be that and more.
Yeah.
So I think we're in that same kind of place with where we were last year. So anyway, you guys all have the Zuck bots there.
Yeah, I think one of the cool things that we did with the Zuck bots is start to really use some of our lore and storytelling in line with Zuck bot activations, and there's definitely a few more still to come next year. But that's really cool, and we're starting to see others in the space start to do that as well. But you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, we're always going to be able to do better than them. So let's see what they've got.
Yeah, I mean,
to that.
It's true. And you guys are part of the storytelling process. I think you guys have seen firsthand. I mean, quite literally, you guys, have voted on where the story's going and completely have changed.
Zucky's now a character that we use on a weekly basis because of the community.
Yeah, he lives with Hooli. He's Hooli's buddy. I don't think Hooli would have survived without Zucky. And so Zucky's kind of proven to be like this underdog who I don't know where this thing would be without him. It'd be a very lonely place.
Hooli was already very lonely, so Zucky's now his companion.
He's his therapy robot. So all right, so then we have over 100 animated shorts that we created this last year. Each one is probably averaging, I don't know, 30 seconds, a minute, something like that. And I think there's probably way more than 100.
Yeah.
That's
and
been a lot of fun.
for us in the animation world, 100 animated clips in a year is insanity. For the social media world where content is king and people pump stuff out every single day, 100 may not sound like a lot, but 100 is an insane amount of animated content, and it speaks to the real-time animation tools that we've been pioneering here.
Yeah, and maybe just a quick little bit of alpha. Most of the clips we've been producing have been live, and they've been all using the Unreal Engine. We've hit some huge milestones just in the last couple of weeks with puppeteering, where not only are we able to do kind of more stylized, more exaggerated forms of characters, we've gotten a super fast feedback loop connecting Unreal and Maya and back to Unreal. And so we're really, really proud of the team. I keep saying every day, I want one big red button that I can press that connects these, and we basically have that now. So expect that the quality is going to keep increasing with these clips that we're coming out, that will be coming out this next year.
Absolutely.
IMI Stream soft launch. So IMI is now connected to Zoom, which means you're not just limited to a minute of footage. People can now talk as their characters. So, right now people are asking, hey, let's get a tutorial video out. We haven't done an official announcement yet with this stuff, but that's all coming soon, but it works right now. And of course, we are working on the Android version. Yeah, keep that in mind.
And with IMI Stream too, it's like, this is something we'll touch on a little bit as well, but we're creating tools for people to create content as animated characters, as your NFT, as just other characters. So the fact that we see people using it, we see people, trying it out and creating really cool content, it's pretty incredible. And it's something that, it helps us keep building this to a better product. And you guys are using the tools how we intended them to be used. So really a beautiful thing we get to create together.
Yeah.
Making weird stuff.
Yeah.
Making weird stuff. Right. So I think that's kind of a summary of 2022. 2023, there's a lot more coming your way.
Well, here, real quick on the 2022 as well, I want to have a quick shout out to all the people who joined the community, who've been here from the start, all the moderators, everybody who's just been, the champions for us and championing championing us. I don't know, whatever. Keeping this thing kind of going from the Discord, internally all the way out to everybody on Twitter. We've been able to bring in a lot of great partnerships. The first three that were really influential and big in bringing this thing to us was Bitcraft, YGG, Delphi. They've been a big part of our early success and growing behind the scenes. I know it's easy just to kind of throw out the name drop of these people, but when you work with them on a week-to-week basis, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to make this into a really solid foundation, a really solid product that we can build together into the future. And we're in the business of building brands into franchises. My Pet Hooligan is going to be the next biggest franchise, and that's what we're working on. It takes technical development and it takes partnership development, and there's a whole bunch of puzzle pieces that come together to really make this thing into something that's explosive. So it's, again, going back to the community that we have, the people who support us. We're so grateful for you all and looking forward to welcoming new people into 2023.
Absolutely. Yeah, cool. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so this next year, we are rolling out new phases of Zuckbots, different phases of Zuckbots. We got all kinds of plans. As you guys know, we certainly have hinted that there are different kinds of factions, different kinds of Zuckbots out there. And what we do with these and how they are released, that's to be determined or to be revealed very soon. But anyway, we're very excited with all these guys. Each one of them are different. Each one of them is a one of one. And they will each have different kind of utility.
Plenty of excitement to come early next year, as we'll be starting the box burning. So and then what happens next will be phase 4, and what happens after that will be phase 5. So phase 3, 4, and 5 coming early next year. So look forward to that. I'm really kind of looking forward to that myself. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of gamified fun. As we mentioned, you're in charge of building out this MPH Zuckbot ecosystem. And there's no paid mints. It's all, if you're already in the game, you're in the game now. So it's up to you to work out what happens next, and you will define how the story progresses as well. So lots more episodes to come, and lots more activations to come on that side. Go for it. Back to you, Colin.
Yeah, sure. It is worth mentioning also that we are planning to give you guys FBX files for the Zuckbots, just like we did with the Hooligans, and to see what you guys did with those has been incredible. I'm super excited to share these with you guys because I'm very, very proud of the textures. We really kind of went above and beyond, making sure that the detail of these things really holds up closely. So I kind of look forward to the weird things you do. I mean, some of you guys will be getting a rabbit skull head. Some of you guys will be getting weird weapons and so on. So mix and match. Go for it. Mix, see what kind of crazy combinations you guys can make, mixing your Hooligans with these Zuckbots.
And on the Zuckbot front too, we do have the mobile Zuckbot Battle Arena mobile that we've been testing. That game is really starting to come into focus, and we're very excited for what we're going to do with it in 2023. Again, it's one of those things that it has in-game utility inside the rabbit hole, but it also is its standalone mobile game. That will have a life of its own, that the Zuckbots will be able to be in there. It's a really, really fun game that's starting to take on some new life.
Yeah, absolutely. So then we have AMGI hard launch, Android, VTubing, and more. So, we've said it on several of these AMAs, but I think the best use of these is really making your NFTs a celebrity character that is an alternate representation of you that I think is especially going to be useful for Twitch streams, for esports, for just creating entertainment that's just going to be so fun to watch. Even if you've never played this game, or if you have no intention of playing the rabbit hole game, I think this should be super entertaining just because the animation is so appealing, and so we're the most Disney in this space. And so I think having characters that are providing both facial emotion and animated body motions, it's more than just a victory dance or more than just a fun way to die. These are characters that should be living, breathing, acting characters, extensions of you with different personalities, reflecting your personality. So I look forward to kind of really celebrating the individual. I think that's what's really, really missing in so much of this community, is we all get kind of lost in the shuffle. And so we're leaning heavy into the idea of community. The Discord community has given us a great example, a great North Star of what I think is lacking in too much of the world these days. So bringing us together as a community, and I think it starts with having a personality that if you're not there, that you're missed. If your presence is missed, if you don't show up for a day, people say, hey, where's Radix? Where's Stax? You know, where do these go? Where's Lord Victor? You know, we miss these people. Where are these people that we kind of rely on? So anyway, I look forward to really celebrating these individual characters in these games. Hooligan 2.0. So yeah, you know, Hooligan really started.
Giant.
Hooligan was the very first little taste we guys gave you of the rabbit hole, and it was a really good kind of toe to dip in the water to see, hey, can we deploy something? Can we deploy something that actually is locked to your individual NFT, and that only you can unlock this NFT? So
and create content with it.
And create
that's,
content.
I mean, that's again, like, you know, what we've pioneered here is actually provide, like, listen, everybody provides utility in a different way. Every project has a different sense of what they define as utility and what they give out. For us, it's the actual content creating tools that you can puppeteer your animated characters in our unique style, in our unique animated, Disney style way. So
yep.
That's Hooligan was the very first intro to that, and we do have big plans for Hooligan in 2023. They've already been kind of pushing on, and excited to roll those all out.
It's also worth mentioning that the current version of Hooligan does, animate to your face, and you can trigger body motions. We are incorporating the AMGI technology into Hooligan, so everything will be powered by AMGI. So it will have kind of an AI way of acting, and that's just going to keep getting more and more sophisticated as well. We've already had some success behind the scenes, porting all this technology to other platforms, including Quest. So that's a little bit of alpha. You guys may have known that already, but that's going in a very good direction. Let's see. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that's on here already.
Suckbot's Battle Arena. Yep. So we mentioned that. Rabbit Hole Alpha 2.0. What's going on with that? So I guess that's where's that? What's going to?
There's a whole lot going on that. So I mean, do you
want me to give the 30,000 foot view and you want to go deep?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so 30,000 foot view for the Rabbit Hole Alpha. Again, going back to the partnerships that we've been putting together for this year, we're now releasing stuff with some pretty powerful Web 2 names and Web 3 names. And so, it's we have big milestones set up for these. Us as a team have to, deliver on those deliveries. But we know we have a strong product to stand behind. We know we have great tech that rolls into it to stand behind. So in this year, we will be releasing a new updated roadmap for everybody. On that, you'll see some of the people we're talking about. You'll see the new announcements we're going to make, and attached to it when the alpha will come out and when beta will come out after that. But that's my quick 30,000 on it. But I don't know how much deep technically you want to go on it as well.
Well, I mean, as I think you guys know, I mean, we took a step back and re-engineered the game on a much more powerful and flexible framework. The Unreal 5 framework that sets us up to build a lot more stuff into it. Yeah. I mean, the big advantage and the big difference between what existed before and what existed now is how ready it is for us to just keep on improving the rabbit hole, keep on adding more stuff, keep on giving you like more stuff to play with, more ways to play the game. That's hard to do with a hard-coded piece of software. And so going to a framework that gives us much more loose couplings, I think is incredibly important. And, so it took a lot of work. It was a big step to do that, to take the choice. I think it's paid off enormously. I mean, we have characters that just feel amazing to play now. And now when we want to go and add more stuff that they can do, we have a way to do that where we're not painted into a corner. So yeah, I mean, there's like I said at the start, I mean, this thing hockey sticks up. I mean, where we're at right now, I mean, it was a lot of under the hood work, getting it ready. And now we've got the situation, we've got the software ready to go. We've got the framework in place where we can really start building stuff. And we're already seeing that. I mean, we're seeing a ton of cool new stuff just, on your desk every single day, Carl.
Yeah, we're making crazy good progress under the new framework and kind of getting close to where we were on the original alpha. So most of the weapons, I'd say like 90% of the weapons are like in and working. We have like destructible objects now, and pickups on collectibles, and cool deaths, and like new animated faces and all kinds of stuff. So considering that we started maybe a couple months ago, like under the new framework, and now we're close to where we were back, putting it back together.
Pretty much, and not just close to where we were. I mean, because it's everything in there is so much stronger than what we had before. I mean, because those weapons are really tunable now, where before, it's like, I mean, some of the stuff that we were going to need to do to like tune these weapons to, the kind of precision that a pro gamer is going to expect. For instance, we would have had a hard lift doing that, where now we've got these things built so that we really can do whatever we need to do. It's like, I mean, there's very deep architecture in these and in the animation system, and just being able to add new actions and create new stuff that the character can do. That's huge. Getting the world converted over so that we can build a much, much larger world, and just keep on going beyond it, and not have like the whole thing rendering all at once. I mean, there's a lot of so I mean, yeah, we're returning to parity with where it was, but it's a lot more than that.
Oh yeah, we're getting like new game modes and ammo and reloading and all kinds of support for other features, and there's a lot more in there now than there was before.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair to say, just to kind of, because obviously both Carl and Kevin are quite humble in their approach. I think it's fair to say there are a lot of people out there that may open up the new version of Unreal and see the Lyra architecture and say, hey, I'm just going to put my own skin on this thing, or just play it and show it as a demo of their game. Yeah. These guys are not doing that. They're going really, really deep. They're kind of untangling this. It's quite complicated. From my 1,000-foot view, it's like attaching a gun means you don't just attach a gun.
Oh no, yeah. There's two layers to that. I mean, what that framework gives you. I mean, yes, you can get started pretty quick. You can take the framework and you can reskin it and look very quickly like you have a game framework going. And to some degree, you do. But the real work comes the next step after that, which is understanding how that framework really works and how you need to build on top of it. And that's the power of it. That's why we decided to step back and adopt that framework, because it's like, we're not looking to go and get started quickly. We were already started. What we're interested in is the under the hood stuff that it gives us. It gives us fantastic cross-platform capability where I mean, it runs just from the ground up. I mean, it runs on PC and Mac, on the consoles, on mobile. I mean, there's a lot of stuff still you need to do with your art development to support that, but it gives you tremendous flexibility in that way. And then as we kind of went in depth on another talk a little while ago, so don't need to drill down on it here, but under the hood, there's a decoupled framework that is incredibly powerful and incredibly flexible, where like in traditional, my first demo game development, if you have two classes, like a character and a weapon, you're going to have that character just go and make a function call directly into that weapon, which is great until you decide that you want that same action pathway to go and jump them onto a skateboard. And you're like, whoops, okay, now what? Do I go and make that skateboard a weapon? If you're not really planning your architecture, it's probably what you're going to do. But if you're planning and using a more articulate framework like this one here, you say, okay, no. Use gameplay tags, use interfaces, use the gameplay ability system, use these decoupled mechanisms to say, hey, I want to do this thing. And then whatever object is in my hand can listen to that and say, oh, I know what to do about that. Here we go. That's how you build a game that can actually be built flexibly. That's how you build a game where you can do new seasons of content, where you can do expansions, where if the community comes up with some weird idea that you love, you don't have to say, it's like, I wish we could have done that, but we already wrote all this stuff.
Can't go back and do it now.
Yeah. It's like the big difference between the old way of doing stuff, which was the shooter game framework, and the new way of doing stuff, which is the Lyra framework, is how much it's built to enable you to keep on going without painting yourself into a corner. It's huge. Yeah. And so, there's a lot of folks kind of using it as a quick start. It's good for that. But honestly, the hard part is the next step. It's pretty easy to get started. There's a billion tutorials on YouTube that show you how to reskin that thing. But then the next step is, okay, now you really need to understand the architecture and you need to go and build appropriately on it. And for us, that was the big win, because it lets us do all the stuff that we want to do for you guys, which is huge.
And so, and Kevin's a really good teacher. I mean, one of my favorite things is just seeing him teach the whole crew how to leap forward in this new standard. I mean, no one can out nerd this guy. He's like just listening to him right now. He's kind of like this intellectual comfort food that kind of just like lulls me into a happy place. So we got the dream team here. So
And I know we got some more cool stuff coming, so let's maybe continue on here too. We can
okay, so we got so we know the Carrot token.
Yep, coming in 2023. I know there's been a lot of big talk about that as well. We're doing a lot of planning on when that's going to launch. Market conditions are a big thing that we take into consideration. Skyhopper, I know, and Wes meet on a weekly basis with the community on that front as well. So that's coming soon. Roadmap will have all these details.
And then of course, the others, the elusive others. Their presence has been hinted at. It's probably secretly in some of the things we've already dropped your way. So yes, we talk about the others quite often, and they are in progress. And I think you'll all be very very excited where they're going. And thankfully, as you know, I think by now our team does embrace humor, and we also like to lean into the weird. So I think we're trying to make sure that these things are both of those.
Absolutely.
Let's see. And
because there are no funny and weird people in here.
that's all we are. And then so then carrot juice and more. So that's a pretty good, I think, overview of 2023. It's probably a good segue into the next chapter.
Yeah, I guess, Skyhopper, I don't know if there's anything you want to jump in before. I kind of hit on a few things, but don't want to.
We do have a little bit of some behind the scenes of some.
I think we're losing audio here.
There you go. You're back.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So no, that was a great recap. So a great recap and a lot to look forward to next year. Essentially 2022. We came on the scene. We started to build and develop our brand, and we started to put out some of the technologies that will sit behind, what fundamentally will be our game and social experience with the rabbit hole. Everything is a part of a longer term vision and a big process. So everything we are doing fits in together almost like Lego, and will be the empowering force behind what the rabbit hole is. And we're not trying to do what everybody else is trying to do. We're not trying to make soldiers. We're not trying to make a game that's already out there. We're trying to actually bring new things to the table, especially with the facial animation stuff, and the power that it's going to bring to socializing in games, to content creators, is going to set us apart from what else is out there. And we're not doing this just to think what can set us apart. It's because we're really passionate about these technologies. We're really passionate about how we bring the next dimension and the next ability for us to actually embody these characters to life and develop the stories with them. And that's what we're about as a studio. And that's why our pathway is slightly different to what others are doing. That's why we're more than an NFT project. To judge us and sit there and think, as an NFT project, simply as a JPEG product, would be completely wrong, because we're out here to build products. We're out here to not be always subject to market volatility of crypto and NFTs, which unfortunately all projects are at the moment, because there are no real products out there that are getting mass appeal. Everything we're doing is to build us up to that point where we are taking this to a global audience. So far, everything's closed. Everything's in our hands. Everything's in our hands for a reason, for us to help mold it, to shape it, to make sure it's market fit, to make sure we've got a really solid, sustainable product that we're going to release to the masses. Web3 audiences are probably a little bit more forgiving than Web2 gamers or Web2 audiences, and we really want to work with you all to get this right and ensure that we do really kind of hit it out of the park when we do go live and we do start to roll this out to the public. And some things take a little bit more time. We're always constantly problem solving. A lot of the things that we're doing are new things, not been done before. So we are finding issues along the way. We are having to troubleshoot. We are having to develop new tools and technologies to overcome these things. And that's what innovation is all about. The beauty of this space is to not constantly put out JPEGs and airdrops and all this stuff, which seems to be, what a lot of people like, right? It really kind of fuels the degen side. And it's important because we understand the profile of Web3 users and degens in this space is that. It's, where is the value at this particular instant moment in time? But ultimately you then find yourself really kind of subject to market volatility. Everybody's trying to do things. There's people out there who are bad actors in the space, and they're literally using the space. We are on a long-term vision to bring Web3 entertainment to the masses and develop products. That's what we're about. That's what makes us different. That's why we're not the same as everybody else, and that's why we don't want to be the same as everybody else, because our value proposition is unique in what we do. That's what I've got to say about that particular matter. I don't know if anybody else has got any comments on that, but we do want to talk a little bit more about some of the game updates that we're doing. I know we've got a bit of a test bed there, but we've got Carl and Kevin to talk a bit more about what this rollout looks like coming up to next year, what you've been working on in the background, and how things are shaping up for alpha version 2.0.
Yeah, just to launch off what you guys have been seeing in the background as you were kind of recapping, this is a level that I just shot off of Carl's computer, and this is kind of his test level. This is one of my favorite things to do. If I ever want to just like a little boost during the day, I'll stroll by Carl's desk, and I see what kind of new little treats are coming our way. And so this is a place where Carl tests out new weapons, and gumball guns and packing peanut boxes and all kinds of ways that the cars can explode in new kind of
That's the firing range.
way. Yeah.
Firing range. So this is the map that we make to test the gameplay, character feel, and weapons, destructibility, damage, like everything. So all the items are in here right now, and hopefully you guys can see this, but these are the new destructible items. So these will be littered around the rabbit hole for you to explode and come up with ways to blow up your friends and have fun doing that.
And yourself from
And yourself.
what I see here. Yeah.
Lots of fun ways for you to die.
So that's pretty good.
No, there's a lot going in, and again, like I was saying before, more importantly, what's really happening is the framework that allows us to build these, and so, I mean, you hear me saying that all the time because that's my focus. And so I don't get to make the cool stuff. Usually, I get to make the tools and the underlying code that allows you guys to make this stuff. But where we're at now, I mean, there's pretty much any weird idea you get now you can do, and that's kind of huge. That's where the good stuff happens, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a quick little touch on kind of what's to come. One part I do want to do a shout out Skyhopper. I'm just going to jump into it. Is the community creators who have jumped in so heavily with the products we've been delivering. Hooligan, AMGI, a lot of people. Listen, we're delivering new products. It's going to take some time for it to catch on and to for you to use it and then to give us that feedback on how to make it a better product. But it's cool to see people actually embracing this stuff, using it, and creating their own content as their animated character. So I'm gonna run down a quick list that I have right now, and I'm sorry if I leave people off. Radix, Playboy Stacks, Doobie Doo, you guys are always there. Always creating stuff. Spotted Risk, you've been that laser cutter guy out there. I've seen all the stuff. You've been creating stuff in 3D as well. Really cool to see the keychains, coasters, all that stuff. Nebulite, you're creating some clay modeled characters as well. Really sick to see that. You've got a talented hand at creating that stuff. Keep that going. Let's see here. That letter you posted, that was very heartfelt and heartwarming. We all saw that, what your son had written. And yeah, we got a little something coming, so stay tuned on that. Crypto NFT, Manic, Hooligan shirts, cool to see you printing up your own stuff and getting some stuff made. That's what it's all about, getting this stuff into the hands of more and you guys embracing it as this goes out. Carrots.eth, Hooligan videos on AMGI. Again, these are all new creator tools. Not everybody gets it. Not everybody really understands it, but you guys are one of the first pioneers to be using this stuff. So when we see this content being created, it does inform us on our backside. We do use that feedback. So thank you guys for doing it. And we love seeing it. We get a kick out of all of it. Hooli Media, as always, all the stuff that you pump out is really rad. Keep that stuff coming. There's been, even just in the course of this last year, going back to one of the very first ones that, I don't know if it was Hooli Media or who it was, but somebody posted using Hooligram. It was a reenactment scene by scene of, what was It'll come to me. Sorry.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. To see someone actually create that scene by scene with one of the products, it's like, oh man, we know the product is rough, but the fact that you're able to do that was incredible. And it shows that there is promise there. So for us as creators, we just keep refining it, making it better, making it stronger. Let's see. Drop Bear Dad. The Hooli Grinch. That shit was crazy. That was so cool. Very cool to see that. Again, you're creating linear storytelling and linear storytelling and editing it all together, and it's something that's cohesive. That that's not easy to do. So yeah, hands down. We applaud you. That's pretty cool. jdunk.eth. You're always reviewing it, or the one I was checking out. You're reviewing games using Hooligan again, trying out the tech. And yeah, it's, there's, I'm sure, some rough spots that we're still going to continue to iron out. And that's part of this next year of delivering a more polished product. But again, seeing that stuff that you're creating with it it's empowering. It's very, very cool. So, us as a team, we want to see more people using this stuff, and to know that you all are already using it goes a long way. And you'll look back, 2, 5, 10 years from now and be like, shit, remember those early day products and how rough they were? Look at where they got to. So, we're here building for the future. We are building a strong foundation. This is again a time we'll look back on a year from now and say, that was crazy that last year. It's crazy.
We can imagine a future where we review all of these clips that you guys are doing, and we all sit around and discuss these, and just like watching movies and just discussing what we like, what could be better. But I think the more content we create, this becomes its own channel, and with you guys as the creators. So I look forward to that, and I think you can expect a lot more Hooli involvement in that stuff as well.
And I'll say, I went down my list. There's so many more people who have who have contributed to the community content, over this past year that I missed. I'm sorry. We have some cool things in the work that'll come out very soon, showcasing how much we appreciate everybody and what you've created. So, we're watching it. Keep that stuff coming. We love to see it, and thank you for your contribution thus far. All right, Scott, what do we got next?
Right, let's get. Are we ready for some questions and answers? Yeah.
I would say, baby, do you want to do some game first? Should we show some footage and then go into Q&As? What do you think?
Let's go for it.
Great, yeah.
All right, team, are we ready to show some Lyra footage stuff? The new things we got going on.
We're getting a thumbs up over there. So
thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did see some questions popping up of the blockchain integration into the game. We'll definitely get into that in the Q&A. A lot to dive into there. So Skyhopper will start to peel back some of those layers after we showcase some of the new stuff we're doing.
Good stuff. Well, let's talk about it, Kevin.
Wow.
Oh, look at what we got.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what you're seeing here, this is the very first time that we've had these parts back together, where we've taken the Hooligan City from the earlier game framework and we put it into this one here. So we now have a new character running around. We have just all of the new infrastructure in place, and we've got the city back. We've got it all up and running again. I mean, we're getting it optimized and getting it converted over to allow us to build much larger and allow us to optimize it a whole lot better. It's kind of a big moment, because at this point now we can, we're out of the space where we were like just trying to get all these parts built again, and now we're in the space where we can just really start using it, really start building on top of this game and getting really so I mean, I think it's a big deal to see this. This just happened. Like, what? Was it 3 hours a day?
So this happened. We got to see it for 2 minutes before we had to go home. Like, this is the first time
Yes, talk a little bit, like Carl, like what are we doing with this? Like, where are we going?
Next we're going to this is also this is a pre-optimization as well. So we're going to be optimizing
the rabbit hole entirely, moving this level over to world partition, which will make all of the objects kind of like treat each other a little bit better rendering. So we're going to get like massive returns on our frame rates. You're going to be able to play the game at higher quality with a higher frame rate. We're going to be getting all the new destructibles around the map, all the new weapons and pickups are going to be going in. We're going to be getting the base team deathmatch mode and possibly control in here soon. And
Well, there's a bunch of great skateboard stuff going
yeah,
on.
oh yeah,
Yeah, skateboard
I
stuff.
didn't talk about that.
Yeah,
So,
right.
reworking the skateboard, adding grinding and ramps and all kinds of skateboard physics, and I think that's like next on the plate for that. So there'll be a lot of like rails and speed chevrons and ramps and ways to get around the rabbit hole that are going to make navigating this space really, really fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's already fun to run around in it. And I love just being back in Hooligan City. You know, it's like where, you know, because their test map up to this point was, you know, was that, you know, the Hulag, you know, the pretty constrained space, which is great just to kind of make sure that, like, you know, just to get the mechanics down, make sure that like the characters were fun to play and that the weapons were great. But you know, this is where this really lives. You know, is out in the world where there's stuff to explore and stuff to collect and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we'll also be adding, we're looking at doing a time of day feature. So we'll have multiple lighting schemes in here to kind of like cycle through. And so it's not just nighttime the whole time. And that'll kind of give it a breath of fresh air in here. I kind of am planning on doing a Hulag map. So
I think we should.
some kind of Hoolie jail prison thing that you have to fight each other in. You know, it's in the plans. So
And what's the vision here, Carl? So essentially, we've got this Hooliland wider map. Are we going to kind of like go into buildings or go through portals to get into some of our team deathmatch maps eventually? How, you know, what's your kind of wider vision on how the Hooliland will kind of service all the other kind of modes and kind of bring you in and out of different maps and levels, etc.? How do you kind of see this working?
So I am planning on doing these are called safe spaces, and I'm kind of envisioning like an 80s style mall that we go into and trigger, you know, it's like a social space with different, you know, the food court and a movie theater, places to go hang out and chill when you're not fighting. And you can go outside and then you're in Hooliland City and there's like, you know, PvE free roam stuff. And then inside the mall and in these other safe space hideouts, you can trigger portals to go into the team deathmatch games and all that other stuff. And we can use the overall big map to do like, you know, some kind of big team battle, team deathmatch thing, or some kind of PvE mini games and all kinds of stuff. We could use these safe spaces to launch you to external maps that are kind of like the Hoolie Jail Hulag, if you wanted to go play like a 2-on-2 or something like that, or like go to like some other experience outside of Hooliland. These hubs would kind of like port you around to those things. And so that's kind of the overall vibes, vision stuff I'm going for. So eventually we could add more maps and all kinds of things and launch those maps from those hubs. And we could also, you know, build outside of the wall and make this even bigger with more areas to explore outside. Maybe the walls come down and you get to go see what's outside of the map, and or you know, maybe we could expand into some kind of underground labyrinth that the hooligans have tried to kind of like work their way outside or something like that.
Yeah,
But there's all kinds of areas we could go, but that's kind of like overall how things are going to tie together, I believe.
But also what Carl's done in this version too is that the faces are always animated. There's never any like neutral or blank faces. And I think it goes without saying that more and more there's more humor, I think, that's being added with a lot of the weapons. And you know, I mean, we want this to always be edgy and kind of, we don't want this to be super clean and neat for, and tidy, but we also want this to be available for the widest audience possible. But I think these weapons are just funny. To walk by and that's the beauty of this team. It's like we don't have meetings about whether or not we should make a gumball machine. They just make a gumball gun. They just make it, and it's just there. I mean, it's almost more. it's almost just a yes session, a yes and session is really
Yep.
the philosophy we have. So I love everything that they're creating, and Carl's knowledge of gaming and all his references, I think is it's just a treasure trove. He's like an encyclopedia of all the most crazy obscure games throughout the years. So he's putting the best of. It's all getting put right into this game.
Well, and meanwhile, Carrot Gang, you guys heard a bunch of, maybe we coulds from Carl here. So if there's stuff in there where you're like, oh hell yeah, this is what we got,
Yeah.
this is what we want, it's like, let us know, because we do listen to you guys
Absolutely.
a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So
if
if
you
there's
don't, let me know too, so I don't have to do that.
right,
Yeah. You guys are voting. You guys actually are all voting. Every one of your comments you don't realize is actually a vote.
pretty
So,
much.
I mean, and it's real. I mean, so you guys are guiding us. So there it is. You got a glimpse into the future and help guide the way.
Yeah.
So
amazing,
Skyhopper.
amazing. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go for it. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, this is really shaping up well. I know we took a few steps back to take 10 forward, but that's what's really going to kind of set this experience apart and give us, the future portability to have all the bits of crossplay between different devices and really set us up for the future and really set us up as, a game that can compete and can stand out there with, traditional Web 2 games that are huge and got a massive player bases behind it. We do have a really solid rollout plan for this coming into next year. We are going to give you more information on that, but we will be at various large events that are not necessarily just Web3 focused. Our play is to really get out to the masses. And, ultimately, Web3 has lots of beautiful technology that we can make use of. The Web3 gaming audience is still relatively small, very small actually in comparison to traditional gamers over there. Let's not call them Web2 gamers, but traditional gamers who consume games for entertainment purposes and not just to earn tokens. And ultimately, if we want to be a global powerhouse, we have to go for that space. We need to use all the beauty that Web3 provides, but we also have to go for the traditional gamers. And that's why we're really kind of taking our time and ensuring we've got the tools and technologies to allow us to stand up against those big Web2 games. And that's exactly where we're heading with this. The rollout plan will be very similar to a rollout plan for releasing a traditional game. We understand exactly what that takes. We understand exactly what alignments and partnerships we need to make and where we need to position ourselves. And there's a hell of a lot of work going in for that. We really want to see ourselves make a massive bang next year and set ourselves apart from a lot of other games in the space and a lot of other projects in the space because we really are about innovation, building tools and technologies, and doing something different. There's not any other game out there that looks like ours looks. Even the visual aesthetics, the art, it's all unique. It's all got its own different vibe and feel that is different from what everybody else is doing. And we appreciate everybody kind of having their patience and standing with us during this journey. This is a long-term vision, and ultimately you're going to see next year things start to really come to fruition with this. I'm really excited. It's been a solid year. Just seeing that footage from earlier of the very basic footage we had when we kind of started off this journey and where we've got to today really kind of shows you all the hard work that's gone on day in day out in the studio. We often say we've got over 50 people working on this day in day out. That's exactly what's happening. Everybody's putting their life and soul into developing this. Everybody wants to make this successful. The community want to make this successful, and we are all literally in this together. And to ensure that we really make a bang next year with this game. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Back over to you, Luke.
No, that was it. I mean, hey, one thing I forgot to touch on before, actually live right now, we have a new merch capsule that has our tie-dye hoodie, tie-dye sweatpants, and a beanie all come together as one. Something we wanted to get out earlier this year, but we're, just had a lot of other things happening. So we figured we'd do it right now, right around the holiday break. It's going to be live, I believe, now till right around New Year's, maybe a little bit after. But yeah, go check it out. And each sweatshirt and sweatpants are all hand tie-dyed, so they're all a little bit unique. They're all done here in LA, and yeah, they're pretty cool. We're excited about this, so go check them out live now.
All right, amazing. Well, they're available on mypethooligan.com, right?
That's correct. Yep. Sorry.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, cool. Well, let's get over into some Q and A's. Are we ready for Q and A's, people?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm looking at YouTube chat. You're looking at Discord, right, Luke? So let's see some questions start rolling in.
All right, sounds good. Hey, one of the things too that came in from earlier, Skyhopper, if we just want to jump right into it, is the blockchain integration into the game. Do you want to do a quick touch on that?
Yeah, so we are going to release early into next year, and as part of our updated white paper, we'll show you what's happening under the hood with some of the mechanics about how the token integration will work in the game. One of the things that we're not doing is there's absolutely no need for us to make a blockchain maximalist game where every single movement and every single microtransaction is recorded on chain. There's absolutely no reason to do that, and there's very little benefits of doing that. We know some games, very basic ones, might want to do that, but in terms of really trying to make a game that's smooth, well optimized, and built for masses, that's not really going to fly. We don't want people to get caught up in having to wait for transactions, gas charges, and absolutely everything done. So we are taking a very hybrid approach to where the blockchain integrations live within the game. And we will share you some of that deeper thinking in next year. But that's where we're at with the blockchain integrations, and we've looked at both ways of doing things, and we're really settled on a hybrid approach for this. The key things are, if you want to make a game, it's got to run smooth, it's got to run fast, and we can't hold players up. We've got to make players getting into the game very easy, and that's essentially what we want to do. The rails to get into the rabbit hole are going to be simple. The experience is going to be fun and very well optimized. And that's the core ethos of where we want to head with this. We don't want anything that's a blocker or anything that puts people at a disadvantage or makes the experience really clunky.
Yeah. I got another question here, Skyhopper. This is a crypto NFT maniac. How do you get your Hooli into the movie? That's a great question.
Okay, so we do have an individual in the studio who's working on the movie side of things every day. For those who've actually been in the studio, will have met Kevin on our end. So Kevin often will come up with ideas, and he'll ask the team, like, which member of the community really kind of fits this character, and we'll give suggestions. So if you want to be in the movie and have your character in there, there's already quite a few individuals from the community who are in there. Just give me a shout, and let's see what we can do. And tell me a little about yourself if I don't already know you. And there's plenty of opportunities to get you in, and that's something we also want to ensure that our holders get the benefit of as well. If we talk about NFTs and owners and piloting and building stories, like, what better way of doing that than to bring community characters into the movie? So get in touch, and let's discuss.
All right. There you go. There you have it. All right. Any other questions? Let's see. We're looking at Discord. Skyhopper, anything coming up from your side?
Yeah, I'm just looking in on the YouTube chat right now. Is a token drop going through a different entity outside of the US because of the SEC? Greek, we will give you more information on that as well. Essentially, yeah, there are lots of legal due diligence on the side of token releases. We're seeing with several different investigations into the space right now. I'm not going to mention any names, but we're definitely seeing a lot of news about regulation, SEC involvement. Obviously, there's the whole thing going on with FBX. So we do expect there to be more regulatory clarity coming up, which might change some things. So we're really on the forefront of that, and our partners that are involved in that side of things, constantly kind of looking at what changes are coming up and ensuring that we're prepared for the future. So there will be some more information coming out on that, but essentially we want to make sure that what we do is available to everybody, and it works within the correct constructs of the legal frameworks that set out in various regions too.
Cool. Okay, let's see here. AMGI team size, we are just shy of 60 all in. That's game developers, artists, producers, management, everything. All here in Burbank, California.
Good stuff. I can't see anything else coming up here. But let's roll out some of that new footage then, Colin.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Right before we do that, I wanted to show you this little fun thing that just kind of came across. This is a fun little thing we just printed up, and it's a kind of looks like a skateboard, but it's not exactly a skateboard. So it might have something to do with what we're going to talk about a little bit later, what we're going to show you. But this is an exciting thing. It's fun to have a 3D printer around, because also we then get to enjoy all the beautiful detail that our team puts in these things. So just wanted to show you this bad boy and show you how proud of it we are. So that might be a good segue. But yeah, we were going to end this AMA, which is a little sneak preview of some footage that you might be seeing more of this next year.
Are we going to close with this footage? If so, let's give a massive shout out to everybody before we do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Started.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for a wonderful year. This has been a crazy, fun, busy year. It feels like we packed 10 years in this last year.
Right.
But it went so fast. And so I look forward to this next year. Thank you guys for your support. It's going to be a real big year.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everything that we've been doing this year, it's a building blocks for the future. We do have big announcements on the partnerships we pulled together. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in this space, a lot of good builders that are building alongside with us. And we look at them not necessarily as competition, but as people who are pushing forward and innovating in this space alongside us. So a lot of stuff to come in this new year. We thank you for the community, everybody who's been a part of this thing since day one with us. And, hey, this is just the beginning. We got a lot of stuff coming out this year. So it's going to be a really good 2023.
Yeah. And we've got a lot to celebrate. We do know the markets are often volatile, but we've done a lot of great stuff. We've done a lot of innovative stuff. We're definitely pushing good value into the space in terms of the products that we're developing and the partnerships that we're bringing, and the fact that we've got an open door and we want to develop with others too, and help really kind of push this space forward in a very positive manner. 2023 is going to be absolutely massive, and we're very grateful to you all who are part of the community, who day in, day out, are forming friendships, are also, definitely kind of helping us spread the word and the cause about what My Pet Hooligan and AMGI Studios are delivering. All the moderators, all our community leads, Alpha Group, etc. Everybody doing something to help push what we're doing further. And all the positivity that you all bring is great fuel for us, because we are doing this all for you. We do consider you all part of our wider collective team, and we are all completely in this together. And we've got some ambitious goals and ambitious milestones, but so far we're showing and proving that we can deliver. We're showing you transparently how we're doing it, what the process is, and bringing you along in the journey with us. You're all smiling. I don't know what. Are you just smiling at my words, or what? Are you laughing at me?
Good words.
Very good words. Skyhopper is the king of the long goodbye. But no, we
go, always.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's roll the clip, people.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's get it going. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Carrot Gang, Hooli here to show you some exclusive behind-the-scenes footage of our upcoming feature film. But first, without any further ado, I want to introduce you to the latest member that you've all been talking about. That's right, introducing Crystal Bunn. Come on out here and say hi to the Carrot Gang, Crystal.
What's up?
Yeah, that's right. As you can tell, she's better than me, smarter than me, better drawn than me, more attractive than me, dance better than me, can ride a hover. Just roll some of the footage that we got for them. Jeez.
Hey guys, looking forward to having you guys join us in 2023 and check out our latest adventures of My Pet Hooligan with our latest star, Crystal Bunn.
Yeah!